Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. This is Ariane Arsenault from La Fille de la Mer in the Magdalene Islands, and today I am making soy wax candles. Here is a test for the batch that we are making today. This one was made several days ago. So for the holidays, I decided to buy some fancy vessels. They are kind of a ripple look vessel, and to make 3 of our most popular candles in these. So we have 3 colors of vessels, and today we are making our very popular year-round bestseller coffee and vanilla candle. It is a soy wax candle, and we usually make it in these nice, very classic status jars, but today we are making it in the white vessel. Here is a closer look to the 3 vessels that we will be using. Today we are pouring the coffee and vanilla soy wax candle in the white vessel. I got these from Wendy Point Soap in Canada. So the black one will be filled with a cranberry candle. I think the pink will be a great contrast with the dark matte black. And then our Oh Christmas Tree candle will be poured into this very nice iridescent vessel. I just love the look of these vessels. They're so classic, so stylish. I just love them. And then I'd like to show you this cool book. It was actually gifted to me by Iesha Quadra. I was introduced to her a couple months ago by Jeff Stanley. If you are a candle maker, you probably know who I'm talking about, because Jeff has this amazing Facebook community, Facebook group, and he has this great YouTube channel for candle makers where he tests so many waxes, vessels, wicks, and he gives his thoughts and he teaches. Anyways, he's a great guy. I'll leave the links down below so you can follow him, and I will also link his channel right up there. So here is a page for that I used for my test for this specific candle, because usually I work with Eco Soya CB Advanced soy wax, which I am all out right now, and I had to buy the 464 golden brand, so I had to retest everything because my vessels are smaller. I had to test my wick, my fragrance load, and everything to see if the hot cold throw were good and if this candle burns well. So thank you so much to Iesha that she sent me this book. It's from her business. It's called Clean Canvas, and I will leave all of the links below. I think this is a great tool. It's probably a candle maker's best friend, because you can take notes, and if your brain forgets in a couple months, you can look back to your tests and then know what worked and know what didn't. There's also some very cool tools like stickers that you can actually stick to the jar, to your test jars, to remember which test this was and identify the candle. There's also, where is it? There's like a wick centering canvas here, so you can like set your clear jar on it and then decide where your wick will be placed. So, and there's quick references and all these cool things, notes that you can write and keep all of your candle things together. So before like getting the wax ready and everything, we used some wick centering tools to make sure that our wicks are centered and that they will stay centered. I really like these tools because they just snap on the vessels and then they do their job, and they last for a very long time. Here the wax is melted to the correct temperature for the 464, which is just between 180 and 85. It's actually 183 Fahrenheit. And this is when we will add the fragrance oil, which is a very warm and exotic vanilla fragrance. I just love it. And we have some little coffee grounds that are already added to the wax, just a little bit, and it gives kind of a speckles the wax once it hardens up. Wait. Now I will stir for about 2 minutes to make sure that the fragrance oil is thoroughly combined with the wax molecules and that we have an amazing candle. The wax is still a little hot. It's at 169 degrees Fahrenheit, so we're gonna let it cool down. But we're gonna start pouring pretty soon because I'm using these very small pitchers, and once it's transferred in there, the wax cools faster than in the main stock pot. And then on a scale, all of the candles will be poured at the exact same capacity. We are at the correct wax temperature and it is time to pour. I really like these pitchers. They're not specifically made for candles, but because of their pointy beak, it's super easy to be precise and pour exactly the amount of wax that we need in each candle. All of the coffee and vanilla candles are poured. The next batch we're gonna do is our regular size and line. So stay tuned. We will be back when all of the wax will be set. We'll be removing the wick centering tools and cutting the wicks. Here are our candles. They have set overnight. It is time to remove the wick centering tools. We also made our regular line of coffee and vanilla candles because I know that some people will prefer this bigger size as that's what they're used to. So yeah, I'm removing the wick centering tool and then we're gonna trim down the wicks. The best length to trim your candle wick is 1/4 of an inch. So you can use a ruler if you want to make sure, but I've been making these long enough that I kind of have the ruler in my eyes. Now I don't need to measure each wick that I cut. If you cut your wicks too long, you may have an excessive flame. So it's really important to cut the wick at 1/4 of an inch. And when you, the end user, has the candle, it is important to trim your wick after each burn cycle, which means that you need to break off that piece of burnt wick after it has recongealed and resolidified. Otherwise, you could have a very big flame and it would not be because the wick isn't the correct size, but because you simply didn't trim your wick. Now that the candles have been trimmed, it's gonna be time to use my heat gun and just correct the little imperfections on the surface of the wax. Most of these are really nice. As you can see, most of them are very smooth. They have dried well, or hardened, should I say. But 464 is a fussy wax, and sometimes you'll have little sinkholes like we have here, little craters along the side of the wick. And usually when you see this, it means that there's probably a bigger void underneath. So I'm gonna go ahead, reheat the surface, and smooth everything out. Here I have a very smooth looking candle, but even using the heat gun on top of that one reveals sinkholes and craters below the wax surface. So when using 464 soy wax, it's very important to go back and make sure that every top has been checked. The candles are mostly solidified, so I'm going to be able to flip them over very soon and stick my warning label. And a warning label is not just a warning label, it's actually your reminder of how to take care and how to burn your candle. So we have one underneath each jar. So if you forgot everything I said and you're using one of our candles, make sure to read what's written below the jar. And it's written in French and in English, so you may need a magnifier because it's rather small, but you needed to get this in 2 languages so that all of our customers could burn our candles safely. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today. I will finish labeling my candles and I will add the caps to the jars. These are so pretty. I think they look very chic. These are not clip-ons or screw caps. You just like put them on the candle just like that. So it's not like stuck to the container. Lids are very practical. I never make and sell a candle without a lid. I like to use them so when I blow on my candle, I don't use the lid to extinguish the candle, but I blow my candle out and then I put the lid on so that the smoke is kind of kept within the vessel rather than going up in the room. My candles don't smoke for that long, but still I just like to put the lid. It also protects them from dust in between burn cycles. So yes, I like lids. And this one is very pretty too. Our jars can be brought back to the shop if you're local. We actually have an in-store credit, so people bring back the jars and lids. We give them $1.50 back under subsequent purchases. So we reuse our jars, making this a zero waste alternative. If you're not local and you buy these online, please wash your vessel after you're done burning your candles. You can make another candle in it if you know a little bit about crafting, or you can use it to store items such as rubber bands or trombones, or you can just put pencil in the jar, then you won't need the lid, but you can use it to store jewelry or anything, any small items, nails, anything that really you have laying around. They're really cute, they're easily washed. Soy wax is super easy to wash. I usually just like blow out my candle for the last time and then I'll drain the remaining wax in a little silicone cup, like a muffin cup, let it harden, throw it away, and then I wipe the jar with a paper towel and then I wash it in hot soapy water. It's super easy to wash, and these vessels, you will not want to bring them back because they're so pretty. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. I have a new video coming up shortly. I'm so thrilled. Eco Soya is back. I mean, 464 is a great wax, but it gives me challenges working with it. It's not my first time working with it. I've been using it when we had the first Eco Soya shortage like several years ago, and then so I've had a lot of time to experiment and test with it. It's a wax that needs a little bit more love than the Eco Soya, but Eco Soya is back. They've been sold to a new, they have a new ownership. They're in the UK, a little bit further away, but I got a sample. I will make a new video with the CD Advance from Eco Soya brands, and I'm super thrilled about that. I actually have 20 cases that I ordered from the UK, but the delivery time and the lead time is super long, so I won't have them before Christmas. So, but I'm still super excited. So 464 is going to be what I'm going to be using before the holidays, as well as the Nature Wax C6 and the Cocoa 83. I have different candle soy wax and coconut wax blend that I make and use. So I'll be sharing that with you. It's quite a process. So check the links down below. Everything will be there. And subscribe, hit the bell icon, and give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I will see you soon.